Darius will break down tonight's games. There's 2 Monday Night Football games. We got Chiefs and Bills and Cardinals, Cowboys. There's over-unders, obviously, for the quarterbacks, and Darius will tell us who he likes, who he hates in that particular, little prop bet that has made us a lot of money this season thus far, taking advantage of old FanDuel Sportsbook and the incredible opportunity to win there. The thought about tonight's games is interesting because it's like Bills-Chiefs. Are the Bills who we thought they were, or were they who they were against the Tennessee Titans? And the Buffalo Bills had to play on a Tuesday night on the road. They weren't given an update on a lot of things. Their game was moved around. I could assume that they potentially feel very okay with what happened against the Titans and know that they can move on. And that situation will hopefully not happen ever again. Then the Kansas City Chiefs, it's like, well, are you the team that you are on paper? Or are you the team that has shown up in a couple games now? And it's early in the season, and the Super Bowl hangover could be something. What they did against the Baltimore Ravens was unbelievable. That was the last time they were on Monday Night Football. So maybe tonight the Chiefs' Showtime primetime show will be back. I like the Chiefs in this particular game. But the Buffalo Bills, that team, I don't think that anybody is talking about them the right way because of the loss to the Titans. But I think the Titans are just a very good football team. And I think the Bills are as well. This is going to be a primetime matchup that I'm looking forward to, and I think ultimately Mahomes gets the win, but this could very easily go to the Bills Mafia tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with, being a home dog, 5.5. I don't know. That's tough to go against.
Yeah, I think it is. And Diggs, when you're hammering this bet, what are the percentages of money on who thinks what? Because in my eyes, the home dog, getting 5.5 points, and that's at -110, so it's probably going to stay there for the rest of the day if I had to guess. That is a lot of points to be giving a home team that is had one bad game against the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. Before that, they were playing lights out football.
Yeah, 72% of the money is on the Chiefs, while 63% of the tickets are on the Chiefs. So it seems like more of the higher price bettors are going with the Chiefs. Only 28% of the money is on the Bills.
I'm intrigued by it. I don't know who we're going to pick. Maybe by the end of the day we'll have it. And I can't wait to hear what Darius has to say. I think he's picking the Cardinals-Cowboys game, by the way. I think he is getting involved in that particular world because he thinks that the Cowboys defense is he's been calling it into question a lot here. Everybody's talking about how the Dallas Cowboys can't do blah, 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 blah. He's been questioning the Cowboys defense. And then he's intrigued, I think, by Kyler Murray potentially becoming the Kyler Murray the first 2 weeks and then maybe last week against the Jets. What's up?
That one, number-wise, is a little more interesting because 56% of the money's on the Cowboys, so more of the money's on the Cowboys. But the line went from -3 to the -1, so it's getting easier for the Cowboys to cover. So that's
So what does that mean?
To take most likely you would take the Cowboys there in that situation.
Looking forward to tonight's game, D-Butt. Got a couple intriguing matchups here. What do you like? What do you hate? And what do you think is going to happen?
Well, as far as the hammers and all that stuff, I'm going to stay away from the Kansas City-Buffalo game. Buffalo, both of them coming off humbling losses. The DBs for the Chiefs got kind of tore up by Carr last week, lost that game. Buffalo's been banged up at the corner position, lost that game. But I think the Chiefs going to bounce back. Mahomes going to have a signature game tonight. I'm going to stay away from that one. But for that other one, that Cowboys-Cardinals, Cowboys struggled last week again on defense, giving up a bunch of points to the Giants of all teams. And now we got Kyler Murray. He likes to come in there and sling that thing around, pause. So I'm going to say Kyler Murray going to hit that over, 26.5. I'm going to say hammer that over on Kyler Murray.
Okay, so Kyler Murray over 286.5, just strictly because of what you saw the Giants do to the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Well, not just the Giants. I mean, everybody against the Cowboys. Everybody running the train on that defense. They can't stop a nosebleed right now. And, Kyler, Hopkins, those boys, they like to toss the ball around. And on the other side, I think Andy Dalton's, his number is pretty high. They got a 286.5 as well. And I'm going to say under. I think if I'm the game plan, if I'm in that offense, the game plan coming into this thing is feed Zeke. You got to feed him, get him more involved, and let Dalton just, manage the game and win if you have the chance. But so I'm going to go under on Dalton and over on Kyler.
Okay, and those make a lot of sense, by the way, both of them. And I'm thankful that you give us these locks every week. It feels like we're just stealing money from FanDuel at this point with these particular bets. It is interesting, though, that Dalton and Kyler have the same exact over-under on pass yards. And I would assume that they're thinking that for Andy Dalton strictly because Mike McCarthy is a guy that just likes to chuck the rock. Like, he just likes to throw it no matter who's in there. In your eyes, you don't think that's going to happen. You think they will learn and they will adjust and say, hey, we also got a back here who's one of the best in the league. We pay $30 million a year to at one point. We should just feed this guy like the tattoo on his stomach.
Yeah, you got to feed them, man. You got to. That's the recipe for success. Even with that game yesterday with Green Bay and Tampa Bay, Brady threw for 170 yards. You want your defense to come out and play well. You want to be able to manage the game, not put that ball at risk much. He came in last week needing to throw the ball, and he did a good job. He got him down the field, got him a win. And Andy Dalton, he's capable. He's been a starter for a long time in this league. And he has better weapons now than I think he's ever had in his career. So he definitely can get hot. But like I said, the game plan coming in should be for the Cowboys to feed Zeke, play through him, and let Dalton manage it.
By the way, Andy Dalton under 286.5 passing yards. Kyler Murray over 286.5 passing yards. Make that a parlay. It's plus 273.
Whoa. Hey, what?
Yeah. We won't judge you in a parlay bet style here whenever this goes on your record. We'll make them two separate bets for sure. But putting those together, which make a lot of sense, plus 273 feels like a great bet.
Pretty tasty.
That feels like I'm literally putting it
treat.
as we speak right now. These shows are very expensive for me. Oh, but only gamble as much as you want to win. Tonight, Cardinals, Cowboys. Are the Cardinals going to look like they looked the first couple games and against the Jets, or the Jets just stink? And what will the Dallas Cowboys be able to do now, one game removed from one of the most gruesome injuries we've ever seen on a football field with Dak Prescott? Andy Dalton takes the helm of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, as they play host to Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. The Dallas Cowboys get a big win last week. Andy Dalton drops a rock into Mike Gallup's arms down the sideline that sets up for the dub. How do you see tonight going? Everybody on earth thinks Big Mike is just going to feed Zeke. Do you see him doing that? Do you see the Red Rocket just kind of managing the game this evening for the Cowboys? And how do you feel it turns out, AJ Hawk?
Well, I think Andy, the Red Rocket's going to have a great game. I think they absolutely want to be able to commit to the run and commit to giving Zeke the ball. But what happens if they don't have any success in the first half and they're down 14 points going into halftime? What do? Do you think they commit to the run still in the second half?
No, you got to go with Andy Dalton, a man who has led the Cincinnati Bengals, a team with no scouting staff, basically, to the playoffs in the past. Never really had that much success. But whenever you talk about this Dallas Cowboys team, the first conversation has to be, okay, what are they going to do on offense? And then immediately after that, you have to say, that defense hasn't been able to do jack shit against anybody, basically. And the Giants had a great field day. Darius Butler said, Kyler Murray, the over-under for his passing yards tonight is 286.5. He says hammer the over. Nothing on the Dallas Cowboys defense film has shown that they will be able to stop this Cardinals team. You don't think that this is potentially a blowout tonight with the Cardinals maybe saying hello on prime time, that they are a team that's for real with Nuke and Fitz and everything they got going on the defensive side of the ball? You don't think this is going to be a blowout? You think close game, huh, with your Dallas Cowboys and Red Rocket and Big Mike?
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it may be a shootout. It may be one of those fun ones to watch.
Might be a blowout.
I just got this weird feeling over me. I think it's going to be a blowout. Hey, this doesn't happen on a regular basis.
In which way?
Which
way? Cowboys could blow them out.
See, I don't think that's happening.
Oh.
I don't think that's happening. Now, the last time you and I were in a booth together was in Jerry World, and Cliff Kingsbury was one of the coaches on the sideline, and he did not have a great game down there, okay? So is Cliff Kingsbury scared of Jerry World? Not 100% sure if that is true or not. And is that offense that started out so hot, are they going to be able to maintain it? In my head, I'm starting to think that the Cardinals win by 10.
Yeah, but what Kyler shows up?
It's prime time. This is a team that if you want to be respected and if you want to be a big name guy, a guy who was drafted in the top 5 in both sports, baseball and in football, you think prime time you'd play your best. I think the Cardinals win tonight by 2 scores.
Whoa! Hey, you are allowed to have your opinion. The great thing is, we will get to see. We will know tonight. Yeah. What time is this game on?
This game is the late game.
8 o'clock. 5 o'clock game is Bills, Chiefs. 8 o'clock game, ESPN, Cardinals, Cowboys. I got Cardinals. Oh! Yeah. I feel that. I really like that one. And by the way, I was on the Cardinals early, and they lost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
So this could be me just not learning from the past here, but I like them a lot tonight. The more and more I think about how are they going to be able to stop them? How are they going to be able to stay? It feels like that defense can't do a damn thing.
They can't, and they haven't done a whole lot this year. Dallas, they definitely have not know they're talking about having like a Jalen Smith guy kind of spy him, but you can't really spy Kyler with one person. It's more, it has to be the whole of the rush that kind of keeps him hemmed in and makes him feel uncomfortable. That's why he's throwing picks. I mean, Kyler's thrown 6 picks this year. You just have to hope he gives you at least 2 tonight if you're Dallas.
Okay, so do you think Big Mike will have in the game plan to feed Zeke early, and if it doesn't work, he'll abandon ship? Or do you think Big Mike is maybe an old dog you can't teach new tricks? He's a guy that the quarterback's going to have to make all the plays.
No, I think he'll stay with it. If he feels like they have good matchups in the run game, he will absolutely want to stay with it. And he doesn't just want to air it out. Like, Big Mike wants to physically dominate every team he plays. Like, that's really what he wants to do. But sometimes when you're sitting there and Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback and he can do things with his arm that nobody else on the planet can do, you have to throw a little bit more.
No Chandler Jones for the Cardinals either is huge for the run game.
Yeah, is there any thought that Dalton might go off and beat the Cardinals by 14 points?
Oh, maybe, I guess. This is a great game for Monday Night Football.